So here I am today on the road for Vicar's Wife Frugal Life, Frugal Friday 5, or whatever working title, we'll figure it out. So I'm at the Royal Academy of Music today. This video is not affiliated with them, I just happen to be here on my break, and I'm doing what's called a Sitzprobe, which means a sitting rehearsal. So in opera, when you finish doing all your staging rehearsals and you know where you're going and what you're doing, it's the first time that you get to sing with the orchestra. So they bring the orchestra in and all of the singers come in as well. And this, we're actually singing and speaking. It's a sort of a play as well. So we all get together and we just have a rehearsal where we focus on the music. So there's no moving around. You literally sit and rehearse. You can stand up when you sing, but the rest of the time you kind of spend sitting down. So I've been doing a Sitzprobe today, so it's really exciting and the band sounds amazing and I'm so excited, and we premiere next Friday. So that's The Fairy Queen at Waterbury Opera. If anyone is interested in coming along, you should come. I'm playing Titania, Queen of the Fairies, the Fairy Queen, if you would. Right, my 5 frugal things for the week. Number 1, my car broke down, or so I thought, last week. And the really good thing is, number 1, I was really early to the rehearsal. So I was, the concert was in Exeter Cathedral and I had to leave London, get to Exeter. And it's in the school holidays on a Saturday, so I knew the traffic would be crazy, so I left 3 extra hours. And even though the car broke down, I'll get to that in a second, I still managed to get there half an hour early for the rehearsal, so at least I had time to catch my breath. The second thing is that I renewed my breakdown cover in time. Woo! So I was just able to phone my breakdown cover, who happened to be the RAC, and they talked me through it, and actually I figured out what was wrong with the car. It was leaking from the bottom basically, and I know nothing about cars, so I presumed something terrible had happened and that it might be the brake fluid or something awful. Turns out it was just sort of condensation and water from the air conditioner, so who would have thought? And I was stuck on the side of the road for 2 hours worrying about it. But there we go. So that was a frugal win, because actually what the breakdown cover cost me just is that peace of mind, and I just think breakdown cover is worth it. Even though our car is quite new, our car is only just coming up to 4 years old and we've had it from new and taken care of it and had it serviced regularly. But it was just, super, just to know that that was like sorted and happening and I didn't have to worry about it. Plus, I was really early to get to my rehearsal, and then even with the delay, I was still early, which meant I still presented myself in a professional manner as someone who is sorted and organised. So that was my first frugal thing. My second frugal thing is that we needed someone to look after our dog for a weekend, and dog care is really expensive, especially in London, and family members were going away, and even though my sister is still staying in our house, because that's where she is currently staying, she works nights, so we needed someone to keep the dog. Beautiful, beautiful dog company. So I just put a shout out on Facebook, and a lady who lives locally, who I know and sometimes babysits for us, said that she'd really like a weekend away in our house. So she's going to have a nice time in our house with some space and just to have a little holiday, even though she only lives down the road, and look after our dog. So we have saved £100, because it costs at least £25 a night, even at the cheapest kennel near us. So with that £100, we can now buy her a little bit of food and a bottle of wine and something nice for her to spend the weekend. So that's really cool. So pleased about that. So that was number 2. Number 3, I've been listening to an audiobook called Money. Who is it by? I'll put who it's by in the comments. And the chap who wrote it is reading it. And quite a lot of it is sort of an exploration of capitalism and business, but it's also quite interesting because the guy who is reading the book and wrote the book is a man who in a previous life was an artist, a fine artist I guess, and now is an entrepreneur. Not to say that those two things can't marry, but it's making me think more about how the fact that I'm an artist, and quite often in my work life I don't like to think about money and I like to be sort of led by passion projects, and it's made me think a little bit more as myself as an artist and the idea of creating some sort of brand and Well, even the word in my mouth feels disgusting, art and branding. Ugh. But the idea of having some sort of branding and knowing your hourly rate, and I'm slightly speaking nonsense to you right now, but it's all making sense in my head. And I feel like that's been a really great investment for me, and a frugal thing, my lovely Audible membership. So, I mean, $7.99, and I always buy the audiobooks when they're 2 for 1. So it sort of works out as, what's that, £4-ish. And I do feel it's a really good thing for me, an Audible membership, because I don't often find time to read, because I don't make it a priority, frankly. But I've got a baby, I've got a business, I work full time, I've got a lot of students, I'm normally working on an opera project or doing concerts, and I'm a vicar's wife. Arguably, I don't have an enormous amount of time. And in the evening, the way that I like to switch off is by watching true crime programmes or listening to my favourite murder podcast. Hands up for all the murderinos out there. I know it's a weird way to switch off, but it makes my mind go blank. And I also like playing Spider Solitaire in the bath. So that's a little insight into my little side of the life that I really enjoy. So that was my third thing, the audiobook. Ooh, the next thing is the show I'm in at the moment is all physical theatre. So I'm running around the stage, rolling around, squatting. My costume is incredible, but also quite difficult to manoeuvre. I'm in a very tight corset. I have 2 huge fairy wings, a wig, a crown, a huge skirt, and there's a lot to sort of manoeuvre with. I won't be posting this till next week, so I've not given away any secrets. Yes, there's a lot to manoeuvre, but because of that, my feet need a little attention, and I don't often go for a professional pedicure, but I sold a load of things on eBay this week, so I'm going to be outsourcing the catastrophe that is my feet currently, and I'm going to get some sparkly nail varnish because I'm the fairy queen and I deserve it. So I'm going to use £33 from my eBay sales fund that I've been saving for to go for a pedicure, because sometimes you need to outsource it and treat yourself. So I'm really excited about that. So that was another thing. And then, do you know what? I'm going to do 4 frugal things, and then I'm going to tell you about my frugal fails. So we've had to have a change of medium. I'm on the iPad now because the phone ran out of memory, and technology, not my strong point. So where was I? Oh yes, I'm actually going to give you just a massive frugal fail, and it's an eco fail. I'm feeling a bit sad about it, but in the interest of full transparency, I have not brought my lunch. One day in about the last 10 days to work, I've just been buying salads or sandwiches and cans of Coke. God knows I need it because this show is incredible, but it's so physical, and yeah, I never drink caffeine, but I've needed caffeine to get through it. Plus my little boy has not been very well this week, so it's been a lot. So I've not actually had a day off in 8 weeks, I think now. So Sunday, this coming Sunday, is my first day off. Last Sunday, I even skipped church because I got back at 3 a.m. and it was just too much. So I've been just sort of using loads of plastic. I've been taking a water bottle, so that's one thing. And you've got to say congratulations to yourself sometimes on the things you are doing, I realise. But actually, with a few hours, or even an hour this week, I could have really planned my lunches and done better on that. So that's my frugal fail. So I've probably spent 100, maybe a bit more pounds over budget on our food this month, because I've been eating, I always call it death by Pret sandwich. I've been experiencing death by Pret sandwich this week. But you know what? I'm a full-time working mum. I've had no time off recently, and it's been exhausting, working 7 days a week this much, and we've got a sick baby this week, and my husband is amazing and has been really stepping up to the plate and taking him to his doctor's appointments and getting up in the night with him. Well, we've been taking it in turns, but he gets up with him every morning because I am absolutely useless if I've not had at least, well, I don't have a longer sleep than my husband. I shan't say, because I'll upset some people, because I need so much sleep, and I imagine that's just not possible for some people, especially single parents. Like, I bow to you, gods and goddesses of this world. So those are my massive frugal fails. I've just not done very well on that front the last couple of weeks, but do you know what? Sometimes needs must, and that's about it. Now, the final thing, oh, this is an offer. Oh, I've never been able to do one of these before. So I'm going to put this up here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this beautiful place. There we go. So this is a yurt that my auntie has built, which is really cool. Like, how clever is that? And it is, you can see Snowdon, apparently. I've not been there yet, not been lucky enough. It's in Wales, and it's very beautiful. It sleeps lots of people, so you could probably even have a little party there. And there's compost glitter toilet, apparently. I'm not even sure what that is, but I want to have a wee on it. But yes, and it's in 3 acres of land, and it's very beautiful. So it's on Airbnb, and I will post the link for it below. And if you want a holiday there, because currently it has quite a lot of free slots this summer, because it's just been built and it's just been advertised, then you can get a discount. A 10% discount if you cite Vicar's Wife's Frugal Life. So send an inquiry on Airbnb and they will get back to you and then put that discount on for you. So that's very exciting. You are welcome. And a big shout out to my Auntie Jane Marie for being very clever and creating an eco yurt, which is very exciting for all your holiday needs. What are your frugal wins this week? What are your frugal fails? I'm trying to get more regular with the videos and just being a bit braver and not waiting till I've got everything set up perfectly to do them. So let me know what you want to know more about as well. I've got a few people now in my life who've, through this channel, friends of mine, so not strangers, who've come to me and said, actually, I'd like a bit of help with my personal finance and sorting it out, and that's really exciting, and it's so lovely to get messages from you saying that it's helping you and that you've changed some of your habits for the better and you're excited about it, because at the end of the day, getting on a budget is meant to be about giving you freedom. It's not about restricting you, it's about giving you absolute freedom within that budget, and just being able to go crazy, but sort of within those boundaries. So boundaries are good most of the time. That's a video for another day. Have a wonderful week, and next week I will be talking to you from Waterperry Opera Festival, Waterperry Opera Festival, I think. Oh yes, I forgot. And if you want more videos like this, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up wherever that happens, because it's very encouraging, and I am someone that needs the encouragement of other people to get off my backside and do this sort of thing and then edit it and put it up on the internet, because I'm so bad with technology. Oh, that's one of my aims as well. I'm going to take a course in car maintenance. I'm not sure how, where, who, what or when, but it suddenly made me think when the car broke down. This is a really basic thing, and I just wasted 2 hours of my life over what is just condensation from my air conditioning unit. So why don't I learn some things about cars? I'm not talking about being a mechanic, so I can open the hood, that's very American, open the bonnet of the car and have a look inside and assess the situation. I feel this is a life skill. It's not one I've learned yet, but it's one I wish to learn. So have a great week. That definitely is it. That's it. Goodbye. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.